Alright, what's up everybody? We are live for the US vs Australia World Cup game. It's the first soccer game I'm ever streaming, so this might be terrible, but hopefully I kind of know what I'm talking about. But welcome to the stream everybody. We are 3 minutes in. The game is scoreless so far. Gotta put this in a color. You guys can see it. That's not great. Maybe I'll put this on the bottom. Not great either. Alright, I'll figure that out in a second. But welcome to the stream everybody. We're without Christian Pulisic today. So that definitely hurts. But I still think we'll be at least okay. I still think we're going to win this game. If I have to make a prediction, I'll say US 2-1. Give me 1 second while I make a poll. Oh, that is not what I wanted to do. Alright, let me end that one. But so far, nothing too interesting has happened. US with the ball here. A little bit inside midfield. McKennie with it out wide here. Passes back inside to Adams. Give me 1 second. Now McKennie cross into the box, and that pass got broken up here as Robinson whiffs one into the middle, and we've got a foul called against the United States. 5:10 played in this game. That was a decent chance. Ricardo Pepi, who's replacing Pulisic today, was the intended target of that pass. US going with 2 strikers today. Able to control the long pass here. And that goes all the way back to Matt Freese. Oh no, that is a bad giveaway. Australia takes it away here. Richards, good defense, he gets it back. And again, taken away by Australia. And that is a nice job winning the ball back by Alex Freeman. And Tim Ream able to clear. And that one pops out of bounds for an Australia throw. US again able to win it and clear. For Australia able to get it back. And they'll pass it back to their goalie. Or goalkeeper, as you call it in soccer. Now we're able to control possession a little bit. And we give it right back, never mind. So Australia with it here. And Adams able to poke that one away. But a foul gets called. Oh man, he got kicked in the ankle. That looks painful. Hopefully he's okay. Hmm. I can't figure out a good spot to put it to score. Still not sure how that's best. But US with it here. Here's Alex Freeman. Out wide for Serginho Dest. Adams back inside for Dest. Dest takes a shot that got blocked. And then is headed away by Australia. But now here's Freeman with it again. Freeman back for Richards. And now Malik Tillman out for Tim Ream. Now here's Robinson on the other side. And back to Ream at about midfield. Sorry, Richards. Nine minutes into this game. Here's Dest. That pass inside. McKinney trying to get it back to Dest. Couldn't, but we're able to keep possession. And now McKinney pass inside. That's going to make its way to Adams. And now back to Alex Freeman. Then back to Weston McKinney out wide. Now here's Dest. Got doubled and knocked off the ball. And then Australia clears. So it's out for US throw. Still got to figure out how I want to do this. Because you can't really see it up here. I'm not sure how I want to put that up. Still trying to figure out. We scored and I walked away. That happened to me every single time I watched the World Cup. I look away for a second and it's a goal. But we scored, let's go. What happens? How did I miss that? I look away for 1 second. And we scored. Let's go, I guess. But of course I had to miss it. Was that an own goal? I think that was an own goal. Balogun put it in the middle. Yeah, that's an own goal and off the foot of the defender. That's the second game in a row the US has scored on an own goal very early into the game. But in the 12th minute, an own goal. And the US on the board. Let's go. Here's Ream with the takeaway here. And now Tillman trying to get up the side. That gets taken away by Australia. And that pass gets blocked. And now they've got it towards the corner. Pass into the box. And that's a long shot. It's going to miss the net. I believe Matt Freese didn't make a save in the game last week. Not a terrible chance there for Australia. The winner of this game will move on to the knockout round. I believe if Australia wins, they'll win the group as well, regardless of what they do against Paraguay. If we win, we'll win the group if Paraguay beats or draws against Turkey. Obviously, winning out would win the group as well. That was a terrible pass from Australia. And here's Balogun. And that pass trying to get into the box for Dest, but that got deflected and goes out for US corner. So here is a corner for the U.S. Malik Tillman goes over to take it. Ref goes over to talk to Chris Richards and somebody. I don't know if the Australian team at all. So a 1-0 or 1-0 as you say in soccer, U.S. lead. Here's Tillman with the corner. He lifts it in. It's a header. McKinney, that got blocked in front. Back out for Anthony Robinson. And I believe we've got a foul called. Oh, a handball goes against the United States. Man, that was a good chance. He headed it right into the chest of the Australian defender. So Australia able to... Actually, they're going to give it away. I was going to say they're able to possess the ball for a little bit. But here's Ream on it for the U.S. About 15 minutes played here. U.S. up by 1. And that one poked free, but Australia able to keep possession. Now Freeman with the takeaway. And that's not a foul? Adams went down. He got kicked in the ankle before. I don't know if that was called a foul or not. There's a foul. McKinney gets taken down. And there's a yellow card to Australia. Yeah, that's a clear foul. So an opportunity here for the U.S. to send this ball into the box. Tillman and Robinson stand over it. So it's going to be Tillman lifting it in, and that one was over the bar by McKinney. That was probably never going to go in. Oh, there was a takeaway. And that one goes all the way through to the other side of the field. And Australia able to possess it. And that pass knocked out of play by Alex Freeman. So an Australia throw. 1-0 United States in the 18th minute. And that one almost went out again. And now we got a foul called against Weston McKinney. And they'll make him retake the free kick. And that one goes out for a throw. But a U.S. throw here. Man, how often do you see that? Maybe you see it more often than I think, but the U.S. has no shots on goal, yet they have a goal. Because of the own goal. Maybe that's more common in soccer than I think, because I don't watch a ton of soccer, but that just seems kind of weird. Here is Dest cutting inside. And Dest ends up giving it up to Ream. Now to the other side for Anthony Robinson. And he tried to pass it inside. They got headed away by Australia, but it comes back to Robinson. And that pass gets blocked by Dest. Now carries it into the box. And Dest pass back for Adams. He got knocked off the ball. And Australia able to take it away. And now they try for a long pass ahead. And Matt Free's going to come way out and he'll play it. And beat the Australian attacker to the ball. And now their goalkeeper going to go long. 20 minutes played in the first half. Anthony Robinson sends that one out of bounds. Or sends it out for... Actually, he sent that off the Australian player. I did not realize that. So it's a U.S. throw. 1-0 here. A little over 20 minutes in. The U.S. wanted a foul call there. Not going to get one. Here's Adams trying to hit Balogun. And that's going to find Balogun, but he took a touch. Went all the way to the goalkeeper. That was a chance. But that one touch from Balogun took it a little too far. And now here's a takeaway. McKinney. Balogun trying to turn, shoots. That got blocked. And now here's Australia trying to run the other way. And now they'll slow things down a little bit. That pass out wide. Robinson there to defend him. The ball gets knocked away, and then the U.S. able to send it away. U.S. by 1 in the 22nd minute. After an own goal about 10 minutes into the game. So here is Australia with the ball here. And pass inside, now back outside. And that cross into the box got deflected out of play by Alex Freeman. I don't know if that potentially took a touch off Australia. I think it's going to be a corner. That was a great job defending there by Alex Freeman. Yeah, it definitely goes off Freeman. But a great job to break that up. So it's an Australian corner. So corner in the 24th minute. And that one whipped up, went really far. And that one ends up going out for... Let's see, is that a corner? Yeah, I think it went last off McKinney. So it's going to be another Australian corner, this time from the other side. It's their second corner of the game. So it's an in-swing ball. And we've got a foul called against Australia. And that'll also bring us to the first half hydration break. So we reached the first half hydration break, or technically the end of the first quarter, if you want to say it that way. The U.S. up by 1. After an own goal about 10 minutes in. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to figure out how I can get a scoreboard up, but give me 1 second. I can actually look away now, because I looked away before and we scored, so didn't want to look away. Hold on. I'll figure something out. There we go. That'll work. Oh. There we go. Gonna put it right there, in the middle. Gotta find the exact center. That's good enough. Alright, there we go. I got it. So we reached the first half hydration break. US 1-0, as you say in soccer. If you guys don't know, I'm not a huge soccer fan, but obviously I love the World Cup. And I really only watch the US. But I don't really watch club soccer or anything like that. That's why I might say some things that are just not sounding right. Four fouls each team, 5 shots for for the US, 4 for Australia. So far, USA 53% possession, Australia 40%, 7% in contest. But from what I heard before the match, that's kind of what Australia does. They'll defend and then try to score on the counterattack. The United States wins the group today with a win and a Paraguay win or draw against Turkey. Australia wins the group with a win. So Matt Free's going to go long, coming out of the hydration break. Hey, how's it going? Hope things are good. Yeah, things have been good. How about you? Here's Robinson out wide. Little give and go there. And Robinson. That's an early cross into the box, and that one going to go all the way through. And is then going to go out for a throw. Or are they going to say it was already out? So it'll be goal kick. Yeah, it's going to be a goal kick here for Australia. Tim Ream gonna send it long. And Adams able to control it and bring it down for Anthony Robinson. So here is Chris Richards, who has catch with Tyler Adams. Richards had that crazy stat from the first game. He like completed all 83 of his passes or something like that. You're good. Move the TV and stuff down to the workshop, but been building a bunch of stuff while you watch the World Cup. Nice. It's always nice when you can do stuff while you watch the World Cup. I try to do that, but it never ends up working. I always just end up watching the World Cup and not getting anything else done. Here's a pass going to make its way to Weston McKennie. And McKennie back for Anthony Robinson. And now here's Richards to the other side of the field for Serginho Dest. And now here's Freeman cutting inside. Almost lost the ball, but we'll play it for Tyler Adams. As we approach the 30-minute mark here of the first half. U.S. leading by 1. Try to set something up there, but it doesn't work. But it will come out for U.S. corner. It'll be their second of the game. It's going to be Tillman to take it again. So Tillman swings it in. Richards missed the header, and it's going to go all the way through. And it's actually going to be a U.S. throw. I thought that might have gone all the way through. It apparently took a touch in the box. So it'll be a U.S. throw. So here's Robinson. Now back to Tim Ream at about midfield. The captain of the U.S. team. And one of the oldest players playing in the World Cup. So here is Malik Tillman. Gets it to Balogun. Back to Tillman. And he got chopped down. And we got a yellow card to another Australian player. That's their second yellow card of the first half. So, a dangerous free kick here for the U.S. Let's see what we can do. I think this is about the time we scored our second against Paraguay. It'll be Robinson to take it. He clips it into the box, and that one gets headed away. And we've got a foul called as well. Going against the U.S. That one's going to be controlled by the U.S. Robinson trying to play it. And then just forced to clear it away. So it'll be out for an Australian throw. in the 34th minute. So 1-0 United States here in the 34th minute. And that one gets poked free. And Dest able to come away with it, and then he gets knocked down. So a foul called. Another queer foul against Australia. Last meeting between these two teams was October 14th of last year. The US won 2-1 behind 2 goals from Haji Wright. So here's Dest out wide. And Dest trying to get around the outside, able to do so, cuts back. And then they're forced to send it backwards for Chris Richards. And now here's Tillman out wide the other side. Or sorry, this is Balogun. Now Balogun near the corner. Back out for Robinson. Inside for Tillman. Robinson got knocked down, but he's told to get back up. So here's Tillman out wide now. And that one goes out for US throw. So here's Tillman. Whips it in. That one gets headed away only as far as Robinson. And now here's McKinney. And that one goes out. Another US throw. I think you want to do something in sports related for a career, analyst, broadcast, scout, etc. Yeah, something like that. That would be ideal. Like, it would be my dream to just be able to do YouTube full time, like stream, make videos, but I know that's not the most realistic, but more realistic option, that is definitely what I want to do. So Australia throws it in here. And that one goes all the way across the field. They are able to keep it in play. And then a bad pass there for Australia leads to a turnover. And then it gets knocked out for throw-in. Also, just skipped like 10 seconds ahead, so sorry about that if I went from midfield to the goal line. Barry, did that stay in? No, they're not going to say. They're going to say it came out. So it's an Australian throw. And that gets lifted wrong. Headed back by Richards. And then 2 guys go crashing to the ground. Can't tell who that is. Looks like they both hit their head on one another. Hopefully they're both okay. I can't tell who that is for the US. Nice man, I can tell you have a passion for it. Yeah, sports has always been my passion, ever since I was like real young. Well, hopefully both players are okay here. One goal game. In the 40th minute. Alex Freeman was the guy down for the US. Oh no, if he goes out, does that mean we have to watch Miles Robinson play? I sure hope not. This guy better be okay. But hopefully Alex Freeman and the Australian guy's okay, although he seems to be okay. But Freeman's still getting looked at. Or probably signs of concussion. So it looks like Freeman's okay. Now, I know they've made a rule that you have to go off for a minute if you require medical attention. Now, I don't know if that's going to be the case here with both guys. So I'm not completely sure. So it looks like that's not the case because... Yeah, Freeman's back out there. So let's see he's okay. And he's on the ball here. I'll pass it back for Richards. And Matt Free's going to go long. Brought down by Freeman, but then gets deflected out of bounds. Or out of play. So it'll be Freeman to throw it in. Here's a long pass. Gonna find Dest. And now here's Dest. For Weston McKennie. And McKennie gonna drive inside. And that pass got blocked, but finds way back to McKennie. McKennie trying to find some space. Back for Tyler Adams. A little outside the box. And now here is Freeman. And then Dest back out wide. And Dest able to make a nice move, get in the box. And Malik Tillman able to come away with it. Trying to shield off the defender. And eventually we're going to get a foul called going against Australia. Okay. A lot of fighting for the ball right there. Along the line. So another dangerous free kick opportunity for the US. They've had a couple of those so far. Haven't really done much with it. This time it's going to be Robinson. And he'll go to the top of the box for Dest, who takes the shot that got blocked. Popped up in the air and it's headed in. A US goal, Alex Freeman. The Australian players think it was offsides and the flag does come up. Oh, man. So Alex Freeman has the goal taken off the board. Let's see here. Everyone's onside initially. And yeah, Freeman's way offsides. encouraging. Yeah, for sure. They are checking it right now, but it looks like he's off. Yeah, I don't really see how he'd be onside here. They're saying if his leg is back far enough, not sure. Not sure if I see it here. I know they do have some kind of semi-automated system. It's a goal! The goal stands, wow! Alex Freeman scores, and it's 2-0. Wow, that was a close one, but it's gonna stand. He was onside just barely, and it's 2-0 right before halftime. Wow. Think the defender at the top of the screen's foot might do it. Yeah, that was close. But let's go. Freeman makes it 2-0 before halftime. Here it is again. It's at the top of the defender. Yeah, it might be. Wow. Bit of a scrappy goal. Yeah, really. If it's in the net, I'll take it. I don't care how you get it. I mean, I prefer to look really good, but off a set piece. Let's go. So Alex Freeman gets his first World Cup goal. And it's 2-0 United States here. Oh, I don't know why this hasn't updated. There we go. Sorry about that. I'll fix that in a second. We got 7 added minutes at the end of the first half. So here's Tillman running at him here. And that one goes off. I think that's going to be off Australia for a corner. So here's another set piece opportunity for the US. Here in the 48th minute. 7 minutes of stoppage time here in the US. Here in the first half. US leading 2-0, what I'm trying to say. So here's Tillman. And that one gets headed away by Australia. Trying to get Chris Richards. Oh, here's the automated. Yeah, he was onside. Reem able to knock that to Anthony Robinson, but a foul actually got called. I think they're going to say against Australia. they might actually call it handball against Australia. Match momentum pretty much all the U.S. here in the first half. The winner advances to knockout round. Australia wins the group with a win. U.S. wins the group with a win and a Paraguay winner draw against Turkey tonight. A few more minutes here in the first half. About 5 of the 7 added minutes. So that one went out for a goal kick, so it's gonna be Freeze will send it long. And gets headed out. We're gonna say last came off Ricardo Pepi. So it's an Australian throw here. A little over a minute left in the first half. Ream heads it away. Balogun's down holding his head. But he's up. And he's alright. So it's an Australia throw. And Australia with it here, but Adams takes it away. And in the U.S. an opportunity to run here. Balogun wanted it through. Pepi couldn't quite control it. And his pass got blocked, but it's going to make its way to Alex Freeman out wide. And here is Freeman. Looking good options. Back for Serginho Dest. His shot on the ground got stopped by the goalkeeper. So here's probably one last chance in the first half. In the 53rd minute. And Freeman did a good job able to hold him off. And that's going to bring us to halftime. A great job there by Alex Freeman to shoot him from the ball and let it go out for a goal kick. And that ends the half. Man, what a end of the first half for Alex Freeman. A goal, and then a great job right there to just shoot him from the ball. And let it roll out for a goal kick. And the U.S. leads 2-0 at halftime. Let's go. I'll take that for a first half. Let's go. It's 2-0 U.S. at halftime. Really good first half played. I'm glad we take being up by 2 at halftime. It's not quite up by 3 like we were against Paraguay, but Australia is also a little bit better than Paraguay. But let's go. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go fill my water and use the bathroom. I'll be back in a couple minutes. All right, I'm back. We've got a 2-0 game at the half after an own goal in, what was that, the 10th minute, 11th minute? And then Alex Freeman in the 43rd minute. Not gonna lie, I think the second half will be a bit boring, but who knows? Australia want to preserve their goal difference more than they want to miraculously chase a draw. That fluke win over Turkey was huge for Australia. They're kind of guaranteed to get through to knockouts as a second or third place team. Now, as long as they don't get destroyed 6-0 or something. Yeah, that makes sense, now that you put it that way. I mean, coming back down 2 at halftime is nothing crazy. Like, you can definitely do that if you're Australia, but that makes sense. Like, right now, their goal differential's even. They beat Turkey 2-0, now they're losing right now 2-0. So that makes sense. They also got Paraguay in the final group game, who's... I mean, they're not terrible, but they're also not great. I think the 8 best third place teams will be on 3 or 4 points. And 3-point teams who don't have an awful goal differential will get through. Yeah, that makes the most sense. Because, I mean, you can't expect them to be on a ton of points. Like, you'll probably have one third place team that's on quite a few points, but can't really imagine it be too crazy. Like in groups A and B right now, which is the only 2 groups where all teams have played 2 games, the best a third place team can have is 4. So they'll probably be around 3 to 4. I wouldn't even be surprised if we see a third place team go through on like 2 points. Because you might not see a ton of third place teams actually win a game. Let's see. Let me compare this to some of the other... I think in the Euros you had third place teams advance. I mean, I know it's a little bit different, but just to have something to compare to. Let's see. Yeah, in the Euros, the 4 best third place teams made it to the round of 16. So the third place teams, they were... Yeah, most were on 3 or 4 points. There was a couple on 2 of them. Yeah, you had Hungary on 3, Croatia on 2, Slovenia on 3, the Netherlands on 4, Slovakia on 4, and Georgia on 4. AFCON does a similar thing too, where third place teams advance. It incentivizes draws a lot. Winning means less than not losing. Yeah, that is true. If you can just salvage a point, it's better than nothing. Yeah, AFCON, most teams were... There's, what, 6 groups there? Yeah, half of them were on 3 points, half were on 2. I like the format, to be honest. It makes every match... nearly every match of the round better. Yeah, makes sense. I'm trying to think how exactly I would play into things. I mean, sometimes it is boring to watch teams play not to lose. But, yeah, it does make it more entertaining. 'Cause even the teams who have been terrible in the first couple games, they still have a chance to... they still have a chance to go through. Like, if your first 2 games, you lose by, like, 1, and then if you go destroy somebody in your 3rd game, you could go through, whereas in the past, if only the top 2 advanced, then if you lost your first 2 games, you're pretty much out. But the second half, looks like it's gonna kick off in a couple minutes. We got some other games today. Who else we have? We have Brazil. I know they play. Morocco. Morocco, Scotland at 6. Brazil and Haiti at 8:30. And then Paraguay and Turkey at 11. Man, those late night games. They're not helping me try to get to bed earlier. I was up like 2 a.m. the other day watching Jordan, Austria. Or Colombia and Uzbekistan. But the second half will start within the next couple minutes. Alright, hold on 1 second. Just waiting for that to turn off. But, I am interested to see how Pochettino's going to use the subs in the second half. Who did we bring on last week? Obviously, Pulisic came off at halftime for Berhalter. Dest came off for Weah. Reyna eventually came on for... Is that for Tillman? Might have been. Let me pull it up. Hold on 1 second. Just waiting for this to load. Man, why will this not load? Any day now. So it's Berhalter, Reyna, Pepe, and Weah, the 4 who came on. Tillman, Dest, Balogun, and Pulisic, the guys who got taken off. But the second half going to start in about a minute. US up 2 at halftime. They're up 3 at halftime in the first game against Paraguay. Really hoping we don't give up a goal in the second half, considering we've allowed at least one, 11 of our last 12 or something like that, so holding them scoreless would be very encouraging. But we'll see how the second half plays out. Alright. So second half going to kick off. Australia is going to make a couple changes at halftime. So we'll wait for Australia to make their subs. So that is 2 subs there. No, 3 subs for Australia at halftime. Don't think any subs for the US. And they gotta redo the kickoff. Not sure why. I don't get that. Just blasting the kickoff out of bounds. I'm sure there's more to it, but as someone who doesn't watch a ton of soccer, it just makes no sense. And now the ball makes its way all the way back to Matt Freeze. And Freeze just has to get rid of it. Gets it to Robinson. US thought Pepe got fouled, but no foul got called. Into the ball. Goes out of bounds. And it's going to be a goal kick for the US. Australia wanted a foul call there against Anthony Robinson. So it's a goal kick for the US. 90 seconds into the second half. Pepe tries to flip it forward, but pass gets intercepted. And now Australia with the ball. They really had that one chance, but that's about it. And now this one goes out, just a bad pass there for Australia. And now a foul called against Australia. Balogun got fouled. So here's Alex Freeman. He had a great first half. And now Serginho Dest will give it back to Alex Freeman. The US has already scored 6 goals in the group stage in just 2 games, or really a game and a half. And that already ties the record for most goals in a group stage from their World Cup run in 1930s. That is really impressive. We scored 3 goals in the entire World Cup in 2022. We've already scored 6 this World Cup. Scored more in one game this year than we did all last World Cup. This goes to show how big of an improvement this team's made. McKinney trying to play it long for Balogun. He's not going to get there. And now a foul gets called. That go against Australia? I think it did. Yeah, it did. His desk got tripped up. So here's Richards. He plays it outside for Dest. And now here is McKinney, I believe that is. No, actually, it's Tower Adams. I can never tell them apart. I also wonder how many real chances the US takes here in this second half, especially knowing Australia is really good in the counterattack. So you might not want to leave yourself too vulnerable and just try to play things safe. McKinney gonna bring that one down. I'm sorry, that's Adams again, not McKinney. Now here is Chris Richards. And now Dest outside. Carried on inside. And that was a terrible pass. Malik Tillman will go to get it. And now back to Tim Ream. So here is Anthony Robinson. You got it poked away from him. In Australia. They've got the ball here. The pass out wide. Robinson comes to meet him. And now the pass deflected and cleared away by the US. And here comes Tyler Adams with it. He leads Balogun along. Balogun's in behind. Balogun one-on-one with the goalkeeper, and Balogun gets slowed down. That one got deflected, and it goes out for a corner. Balogun had a chance. The Australian defender did a good job to catch up to him. Man, that was a good chance there for the US. Balogun got slowed down just a bit, causing that ball to get deflected and go out for a corner. So corner for the US. It'll be their fourth. Malik Tillman again to take it. So here's the outswinger from Tillman. And that one gets cleared out of the danger zone. But it comes back out to Tillman. And they try to clear, but only as far as Alex Freeman. And then they'll slow things down for Tim Ream at roughly midfield. Here's Weston McKinney out wide. And McKinney trying to get into time for Balogun. Balogun gets there. And that one then gets knocked out. It's going to be another US corner. This time they take it quickly. Here's McKinney out wide. And now Tillman. And Tillman tried to send the cross in. That got blocked. Going to go out for another US corner. This time Tillman lifts it into the box. Balogun's header got popped up in the air, and Balogun and somebody collided heads. Hopefully they're both okay. Balogun seems like he's fine. The Australia guy gets up as well. Well, okay, they're both okay. So the 55th minute here. US leading by 2. And here's a long pass for McKinney. And McKinney going to control it, but it goes out for a throw. That ball eventually settled down by the U.S. And now Chris Richards will try to play it long, but that one goes too long all the way to the goalkeeper. Was trying to hit Dest. And a nice job blocking the pass right there by Tyler Adams, but it still deflects to an Australian player. And now Dest gets called for a foul. Man, I thought he got the ball right there. And somebody's down away from the play for Australia. Ricardo Pepi, man, So Anthony Robinson just got showed a yellow card. But what they just called the foul on there, I don't really think was a foul. Pepi got all the ball. It didn't look like he made any contact with the foot or ankle of the Australian player. So Australia going to play it long, able to keep it in play, but that got headed straight to Ricardo Pepi, and the U.S. going to control it again. They've had the ball for a large part of this game. I mean, that's the way Australia plays things. Well, this time it hasn't quite played out in their favor, unlike last game against Turkey. Pepi able to knock that one free. It's going to stay in play. And now here is Anthony Robinson. Robinson passes back for Tyler Adams. And now here is Freeman. Back to Dest out wide. And here's Freeman again. Now Malik Tillman clips it forward, but nobody got there. And Australia's actually just going to let it go for... Try to let it go for a goal kick. Weston McKinney almost made the Australia guy touch it, but... It will be an Australia goal kick. And now that one out for an Australia throw. Just give me 1 second. Sorry, just wanted to pull something up real quick. We've got a corner here for Australia, I think. Tim Ream says that should be a goal kick. Can't tell from that angle. And Australia player it down on the field here. So the medical staff are going to come out for Australia. I was hopefully this guy's okay. He's going to get stretched out. So he'll go off the field, and he's going to have to stay out there for a minute because he required medical attention on the field. It's one of the things they're trying to do this World Cup to prevent time wasting. Only exception's the goalie. Australia's going to make another sub. They're actually taking the guy who just got hurt off. So now they want us to play with 10 for a minute. Qatar was playing the game last night with 9. I turned it on. I'm like, what the heck? Why are they playing with 9 people on the field? They got 2 red cards, which is how you get down to 9. And then Canada dominated that game. That one goes out, misses everybody, and goes out of play. Australia throw. Nice job there by Tyler Adams. Going to find its way to Ricardo Pepi. And that pass gets through for Bowling. Oh, man, bounced off his leg. He was through and had a great chance. And now that pass going to get played long for Australia. Richards trying to get back. Richards there to defend him. Somebody goes tumbling down to the box. His shot goes high. And will be a goal kick. Somebody's down for Australia again. Yeah, he's onside there too. So Adams and the other guy got tangled up in the box. That's why he went down, but I don't think that should be a penalty. Yeah, they'll play on. No penalty check here. So an Australia throw here. Richards heads it away. And then it's off the head of, I think that came off Australia. Yeah, it did. So that's going to be a U.S. throw. But Australia with the here. And they've got a chance. They've actually got the ball. A little bit. Have not had much of the ball in this game. But a good job there by the U.S. forcing them backwards. Way back into their own territory. And that one sent long. Gonna go all the way down to Matt Freese. We're now in the 65th minute. Approaching the second half hydration break. In a few minutes. So Freeze will roll it out. Freeman tried to send it long, but that got blocked. And now Richards just sends it out of there. Oh, that is not good. The shot saved by Freeze. That's his first save of the tournament. That could have been bad. Richards just kind of sends it forward. Adams tries to clear it, but it goes right to the Australian player. Nice save by Matt Freeze. Keeps Australia off the board. And now Australia trying to play long again. Australia wanted a foul. Not going to get one called. And here's Alex Freeman sending one long. Trying to get it to Balogun. He overshot him, and Balogun able to keep it in play. And then that gets knocked out of play by Australia, so it'll be a U.S. throw. VAR was checking to see if there should be a foul on Chris Richards, but they've ended the check there. And now we actually got a foul called. No, not a foul called. He's told to get up. Sorry about that. It's hard to figure out exactly when they call a foul when I'm not listening to the game. So here is Ream with it. In the 67th minute. US up 2-0. As they say in soccer. Alex Freeman puts it back to Matt Freeze. Now here is Weston McKennie. Sorry, that was Tyler Adams. I cannot tell them apart. So Ream plays it to Adams. Oh, sorry, that was Tillman. And now Ream gonna play it long for Anthony Robinson. And Robinson trying to get there, but it goes out of play. Good idea. Robinson had space down the left side. But ended up going out of play. And it'll be a Australia throw. And it'll bring us to the second half hydration break. So we reached the hydration break in the 68th minute. US still up 2-0. And in a great spot. Hold on 1 second. Just checking something real quick. I can check something out. Don't have to worry about missing anything. Alright, but a 2-goal game at the hydration break, the 70th minute. Still no subs have been made by the US. Australia's used 4 of their 5. It's 76 degrees there in Seattle, which is actually not that hot. I mean, it is Seattle, though. It's very north. 76 degrees, 46% humidity. That's actually not that bad. So an Australia throw coming out of the second half hydration break. And a foul called here. US had the ball 62% of the game. So it definitely felt like that. So the free kick after the foul, they're going to send it long, but Freeman able to play it away. Although Australia able to keep it here, but that pass, nice job deflecting that away by Richards. And Ricardo Pepi going to control it for the United States. And now Freeman goes long for Pepi, but that's not going to find him. And instead gets kicked out of bounds, or out of play. Another US throw. Looks like Sebastian Berhalter's getting ready to come on. Sorry about that. Stream froze for a second. Don't know why. Think I'm good now. That pass a little bit long, but Adams able to keep it away, at least for now. And then Adams able to win it back again. Nice sequence there for Tyler Adams. Alright, sorry, I think I lost connection for a second, but I think I'm back now. Yeah, I'm good now. Don't know what happened there, but we're good. So Sebastian Berhalter getting ready to come on will be the first sub for the US. And it's going to take off Ricardo Pepi. Make his first World Cup start. So Berhalter comes on. Second game in a row, he's the first sub used by Mauricio Pochettino. Foul called here against Balogun, I believe. No, Balogun drew the foul. The Australian guy got called for the foul. So here is Tillman. Plays it back for Tyler Adams. You know, there's Berhalter's first touch, and his pass, that is not a good pass. Hit it right to the Australian defender. And now Australia gonna control the ball for a minute. And then that gets played out wide for Australia. 15 minutes plus stoppage time. US up by 2. Here's a cross into the box. Richards missed the header, sending that away. And a Balogun tried to play it out, but that got free. Richards again heads it out. And now Robinson sends it a little further. But again, Australia able to keep possession. First real time we've seen Australia control the ball and have a really force the US to defend like that. Unless you want to count their very brief chance in the first half. Here's a pass. Down low. And that cross again headed away by Richards. This one actually got popped straight up in the air. And then eventually got sent away by Weston McKennie. Richards just sending everything out of the penalty area. Oh, they might want to check for a penalty right there that hit the arm of of Sebastian Berhalter, but it doesn't seem like they're gonna give a penalty, which definitely seems like the right choice because they're both just fighting for the ball. So the hands in a pretty natural position right there. As Australia uses their final sub of the game. And their check has been completed. There's no penalty going to be given right there. An Australia player is down. The box score is small, so make it a little bigger. Is that better? I don't want to make it huge, but I missed the foul. It got called against Robinson. He's already playing in a yellow card, but he's able to keep that. Keep him from getting the second yellow. So a throw in for Australia that tried to send the cross in, got blocked by Balogun, going to go out for an Australian corner. You could put it in top corner. Just old, so your eyes are not great. Alright. That shot gets blasted to like the third deck. Way over the crossbar. Got a couple subs being made here. Serginho Dest going to come off. And Anthony Robinson, the other guy, going to get taken off. So the two wingbacks, Robinson and Dest, come off. Austin Trusty and Joe Scally come on. And here is Trusty on the ball. It's the first action of the World Cup for Trusty and Scally, after they did not play against Paraguay. So a 2-goal U.S. lead. The pass out wide, Scally blocks the cross. Seen the U.S. defending a little bit more here in the second half. Or at least recently. Really since the hydration break. So Australia tries to get one back. That cross sent in, gonna go all the way through and gonna be a goal kick. So it's a goal kick here. 8 minutes plus stoppage time left. Win for the U.S. clinches a spot in the knockout round, and they'll clinch first place in the group. Depending on what happens tonight. If Paraguay win or draw against Turkey, the U.S. will clinch first place in the group. Ream heads that throw right back out, so they'll do it again. There's a cross in, headed away by Joe Scally. Australia wanted a penalty. Ball bouncing around. Australia gets it back here. And the pass out wide, cross in, Ream kicks it away. And now Balogun trying to clear. Australia able to hold it. And that ball gets in, goes out, and looks like it's going to be an Australian corner. They wanted a foul called against Richards. They wanted a foul called against Chris Richards in the box, but didn't get one. The corner goes all the way through. Still dangerous here for Australia. The cross goes in. Kept in play. They missed a shot, and then that one gets blocked. And then the U.S. gets it out. And we've also got a foul called against Australia. As Chris Richards is down. But the corner went all the way through. Australia still had a chance. Great block in there from Tyler Adams as well. So hopefully Richards is okay. He's battling an injury coming into the World Cup, but he's been great so far. So now the U.S. able to possess the ball a little bit. 5 minutes plus stoppage time to go. And they'll play it all the way back to Matt Freese. And Freese goes long. Adams gets to the second ball. And then Ream sends it forward. And then a foul called. It's an Australian free kick. From about midfield. They're going to bring everybody up here. And try to do something. They'll clip it in. Richards sends it back out. As he's done a million times today. Here's a cross sent in. Richards again sends it out. This time, a long shot goes way over the bar. And will be a U.S. goal kick. Somebody just got fouled. Who was that? Now, Balogun, one of the defenders, getting into it here. Just don't do anything dumb here. No yellow cards unnecessarily. Oh, we got 3 yellow cards shown. Balogun gets one of them. Balogun went like shoulder this guy and then got put in a headlock. So 3 players get shown a yellow card right there. 2 guys for Australia, 1 for Balogun. That's just not a good yellow card there for Balogun. And now I've got a foul called against Australia. The Australians obviously don't agree. Joe Scally in the air for trying to get to that ball, and he just got hit hard from the side. So that guy for Australia, number 4, picks up a yellow card. Here's Tillman. Now Trusty tried to send the cross in. That got blocked out for a U.S. corner. So it's another corner here. Malik Tillman to take it here. U.S. an opportunity to get their third goal. Wow, why did that skip ahead so much? Sorry, I skipped ahead like 30 seconds. U.S. did not score in the quarter. We got 6 added minutes here in the second half. Cross in, they're going to go all the way through and going to come out for a U.S. goal kick. So 5 minutes or so left. U.S. will clinch a spot in the knockout round with the win. They would join Mexico as the only team to do so far. After Mexico's win last night. I believe they won the group, too. No, did they? I think they did. Freeman able to win the ball back, and then Berhalter whiffs it long. Balogun, that's going to find Tillman. He heads it forward. Back to Balogun. Oh, man, he missed him. That was a potential really good chance. But he led Balogun a little too far. So here's Balogun with it. Now here's Berhalter. Back out wide for McKinney. And Balogun gets it back. Tried to get it to Berhalter. Didn't put enough on the pass. And now I've got a yellow card shown to Chris Richards, I believe. Yeah, so Richards gets the yellow card. And now the ref is down, getting stretched out. So the ref's getting stretched out. Hopefully he's alright. Balogun's out there trying to help him stretch. But the ref's back on his feet now. So that'll add some more time here to the second half. But the ref looks good. So an Australia free kick here. They whiffed it in. And that one is dealt with by Malik Tillman. He sends it way out of there. And then Austin Trusty heads that one out. Australia throw. Trying to come up with something here in the final few minutes. I'd love if we can keep a clean sheet. That one's gonna go out for a goal kick. And now a couple more subs here for the US. Haji Wright's gonna come on for Flo Balogun. Another good game for Flo Balogun after scoring 2 in the first game. Doesn't score here, but forces the own goal. And then Gio Reyna comes on to replace Weston McKennie. So now both teams are out of subs. So Freeze whiffs it long. Somebody just got run over, no foul. And that cross gets sent away. And then sent way out of there. And now here's Tillman. He's got Haji Wright. Slips it to Haji Wright. Wright is slowed down a little bit. And Haji Wright trying to weave his way through traffic. That shot got blocked. And the flag came up for offsides. I thought he was on. I'm not sure. But the flag comes up. Now in the 98th minute. Can't imagine much longer here. US gonna let that one go out, and that might do it. Any minute now. I'm sure they're adding a few more. Here's Tillman getting in. He slips it across to Haji Wright. That doesn't quite reach him. And that is it. US beats Australia 2-0. And we move on to the knockout round. Let's go. What a performance. We keep the clean sheet. And we beat Australia by 2. And we are into the knockout round. Let's go. No Pulisic, no problem. We still win by 2. And we're moving on to the knockout round. An opportunity tonight, depending on the result, to clinch the group. And get first place. I'll be rooting hard for Paraguay tonight. Because if you just have the opportunity, you can rest Pulisic another game. You can have the other guys on yellow cards, Robinson, Richards, and who's gonna go? Robinson, Richards, and Balogun. You can potentially rest them to avoid them getting a second yellow. But the US is through to the knockout round. A +5 goal differential. Through 2 games. They beat Paraguay 4-1, Australia 2-0. And let's go. We are moving on to the round of 32. Let's go. A great game played by the US. I thought they played pretty well defensively. Able to keep a clean sheet for the first time in a while. Let's see, it's the first time we keep a clean sheet since September 9th, when we beat Japan 2-0. It's just the third time we've kept a clean sheet this calendar year. Sorry, not true. We've not, that's the first clean sheet we've kept this calendar year. And since we've only kept 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 clean sheets in our last several games. So very encouraging to see one kept right there. But final score 2-0. US advances to the round of 32. A great win over Australia. And let's go. I feel really good about this team. And then with all the crazy stuff that's happening in this World Cup, why can't we go all the way? I mean, that sounds a little extreme, but we are looking so good, and we're going to surprise people. I mean, we already have. We're just going to keep it going. But the US is through to the round of 32 after a win over Australia. But that is where I'm going to end this stream, everybody. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Be sure to like the stream, subscribe, turn notifications. I might stream more World Cup games moving forward. I'm still trying to figure out exactly what I want to do when it comes to World Cup stream, but I had a lot of fun streaming this game. But thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like the stream, subscribe, turn notifications. I do my best to post as often as possible, and I will see you guys in the next video.